Well, I can stop anytime, I'm not going to do this for very long. I'm 29 and I've been smoking since I was 18, so about 11 years now.
When I think of people saying smoking looks sexy, I think of back in the 50s or whatever when they glorified it.
Originally, tobacco companies targeted adults with their advertising, depicting a fun, glamorous lifestyle.
When she just started smoking, the whole like all sexy.
With the yellow fingers and the bad teeth.
You could totally tell who's the real smoker.
That's not sexy at all, that's just gross.
Some kids at our school perceive us as skids.
It looked gross, basically it's just I need it.
They get after us for smoking cigarettes.
I'm a closet smoker.
That's what they're doing too, so it's tobacco's tobacco, it's bad for you.
It just looks weird.
If I see a bunch of people smoking and they look kind of scary, I get freaked out and I'll walk on the other side of the sidewalk.
I'm ashamed to do it.
You can tell that they smoke, there's no doubt about that.
I don't think smoking's cool at all.
The number of new adult smokers was declining, so by using big concerts and sporting events, tobacco companies changed their marketing strategy to entice the more easily influenced demographic, youth.
In grade 7, when I first had a cigarette.
When I was 13.
It was probably about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Grade 8.
It was grade 6 for me.
Why did I start smoking?
I did it because I was with my friends and we're just curious to try a smoke.
I felt grown up when I did it.
Try a smoke, and it was kind of fun to me, and then I just kind of got addicted from that.
It was offered to me, so I tried it.
I just decided not to. I just thought it was a bad idea.
I'd have a drag my friend smokes, and I just started buying packs.
Okay, well, my mother did this every day when I was young.
My dad smoked.
Both my parents smoked when I was growing up.
I grew up with parents that didn't smoke.
My whole family smokes.
The thing I remember the most was being in the car with the windows rolled up.
If someone was smoking in a car, I have to get out of the car.
And begging them to roll the windows down.
Anyone who smokes in their house, it's disgusting.
I'm a smoker and I don't really like secondhand smoke.
The smell of cigarette smoke.
And the smell.
Before I smoked, I would notice people would smell so bad.
The smell.
It does smell really bad, it's terrible.
My fingers are starting to get yellow and it's really sick.
I always have perfume and gum and anything that I can get my hands on.
If I'm sitting at my desk and I put my hand near my face, I'd be oh, I have to go to the washroom and wash my hands.
I'm always whitening my teeth and stuff because I don't want them to get yellow.
I knew all the negative effects of smoking.
Heart disease, lung disease, cancer, impotence, stroke, emphysema, diabetes, gum disease, high blood pressure, stomach ulcers, Crohn's disease, cataracts, angina, leukemia, chronic bronchitis, premature aging of the skin, gangrene.
There you go. That is a huge factor in not wanting to smoke, because that's just terrible. That's just a terrible thing. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna be quitting before anything like that happens.
When I found that out, I'm just I'm still young. I'll quit.
I do not want to have to use Viagra when I get older.
They always look really tired and, worn out.
My friends who smoke and stuff look different than my friends who don't.
I can feel my lungs not as good as it was before when I was a kid.
There's certain moments where I think, oh, that's definitely due to smoking, getting winded and stuff like that.
I can't run as much now.
I feel it's sitting on my chest or something.
Sometimes I'll feel it in my lungs or feel a bit sick after.
When you're sick and it just you still have to smoke, but you're so you wake up and you got all the lung matter and it's not cool.
If I've smoked quite a bit during a day, I'll find that my energy levels and therefore my motivation is a bit lower.
Living with it, the addiction of it, that annoyance of having to have a cigarette.
The way they look is just so much different from the people who don't smoke.
Definitely, people who smoke will age a lot faster.
You don't really want to say that you're addicted, but it's you kind of know you are.
It's just so addictive.
You don't need an addictive personality to get addicted to smoking. It can happen to anyone, 30 or 40 really bad chemicals.
43 known and 2,000 unknown.
40 or 50.
There are over 4,000 toxic chemicals in every cigarette, including arsenic, even cyanide.
That's nuts.
Pretty quickly it changes from smoking socially to feeding a habitual craving. After a meal, while studying, with morning coffee, on the phone, when driving, on the computer, before you go to bed. Basically almost every waking moment. Sound familiar? So if it isn't for social reasons anymore, why smoke?
I'm not sure why I continue to smoke.
The biggest challenge is convincing teens of the very real problems they will be facing as they get older.
For me, and I think for a lot of my friends, it's more like we don't feel like we want to quit enough for it to actually work.
I've never been concerned about when I'm 80. You know, it's always been here and now.
The adults that we grew up with are getting older, and you're starting to think about their health.
My grandfather, he smoked. Like, he's a lifetime smoker, and he just died recently.
Both my dad's parents died from smoking.
It's brutal how much money it costs.
If you got hooked to the point that it's almost a pack a day or half a pack a day, that's super expensive.
People at school pay like $1 for smokes because they can't buy packs yet because they're not 19 or whatever.
You try to hold off smoking as much because you know that it's going to be another $10 you're dishing out.
Over 11 years of cigarette smoking, I've probably spent close to $30,000 or $35,000.
You know, you got a part-time job and you're sinking all your money into smokes.
That's your down payment on a house, or that's a brand new car. And if I had known that when I was 18 years old, I wouldn't have started in the first place.
As awareness grew to the harmful effects of smoking, people started to quit.
I've tried to quit a few times, not very successfully, obviously.
A lot of my friends do want to quit.
As soon as I realized I was a smoker, I started contemplating quitting.
I've been trying since last summer, and I don't think, I don't know, I need to try something different.
When I quit smoking for 2 months, I replaced it with gum, and then I started buying up to 4 packs of gum a day.
If there's nothing wrong with me, I don't really need to quit right away.
A couple days is the longest I've gone without smoking.
But if you wake up and you have a health concern, then all of a sudden that's more of a pressing problem.
I know, probably if I tried smoking for another 5-6 years, I'd probably get some form of cancer.
I'm scared to die. I don't need lung cancer to back me up on that one.
Then I started smoking again, but I was still buying 4 packs of gum.
I'm ready to quit. I don't really like it so much.
I really hope I do quit.
There are numerous resources available, literature and websites that give detailed examples and tips on how to quit.
Well, I know there's lots of internet sites out right now, like Quit Now. I don't really know how they work. I haven't tried it.
Quitnow.ca is an online quit smoking service available free of charge for all British Columbians. It also includes support through popular social networking websites such as Facebook and Twitter. Health Canada's quitforlife.com is a 4-week program designed just for youth ages 14 to 19. Each week, you complete 3 to 5 activities online which will help you to learn about why you smoke, how to quit, and how to stay quit once you get there. Quit Now by Phone is a free, confidential helpline available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Try calling and see what kind of advice they'll get, tell me maybe I could keep my mind off the cigarette.
If you just wanted support, you were having a craving and, the Nicorette just wasn't doing it, and you wanted to phone somebody and kind of, can you talk me through this kind of thing? Do they just kind of chat with you and kind of just help you out with that kind of stuff?
That's exactly what they'll do, and in any language. You might be thinking of quitting in the future, but there are plenty of good reasons why sooner is better than later. And the benefits of quitting start immediately.
It off now, but I'm trying.